What is up, my fellow budget travelers? About 5 hours ago, I was just packing and finishing up those last little pieces and looking in the mirror like, why do I live in Ohio? And then I was like, yay, I'm going to New York. And in my excitement, I almost forgot my contact solution and my jewelry and all that stuff. But I did remember to hydrate, which is very important before a flight. So I made my way over to the airport, and when I say there was a long line, there was a huge line. But then it got longer because they decided to move us over to another line, which was on the opposite side of the airport. Don't you just love Ohio life? But then it was cool because it actually went pretty fast because they had one of those dog kind of sniffer things. So we kind of sped right through the line. I forgot my headphones, but they're like $30. No, not for just like a pair of headphones. So instead I had to listen to the hum of the airplane the whole time. But it's all good because I always fall asleep anyway. So I woke up ready to take on the day in New York City. I always travel really early. This is my morning face. And as you can see, the sun has just come up and you can see Manhattan in the distance. So of course I had to take a selfie with the Big Apple, and then I made my way over to the fountain because check out this fountain, guys, in LaGuardia. It's so fun. It's really cool. And they also have this mosaic. So you're already feeling like you're in the city because you're going to see mosaic all over the subways in New York. I love New York too. I already have so many pictures in front of that sign, so I didn't take a picture, but I did jump on the bus because it's the cheapest way to make it into the city. And then you take this subway. If you guys already follow me, you already know that you get that unlimited Metro card because it is the fastest and cheapest way to get around Manhattan. You don't have to deal with traffic or any of that. But I am still kind of nervous with COVID and everything, so I kept my mask on while I was on the subway and on the bus. And I love it when this happens, when you get off right in front of the escalator. So you know I was jumping right on there, ready to meet up with my friend because I had to drop off my luggage at his house. So here I go. Empire State of Mind. And it's pretty cool because he lives right next to the Empire State Building. First thing on the agenda was to go down to SOHO and get some shopping done while everyone was busy and at work. So I headed down to SOHO and got some really good deals on things. If you want to see the full video, I'll leave it up here to give you an idea of what kind of places I like to shop at. As you can see, I got distracted by the tropical print. But this trip, I was actually looking for black tank tops, funny enough. And New York City is full of black, so I had no problem finding those. And I also found Jersey Shore Family Reunion. You know we love these guys. Then it was time to meet up with my friend to link up for lunch. So my friend is still not here. So I'll just eat both of our slices. So there's a homeless guy who wants my slice, so now I came inside to hide from him. I'm not like scared of homeless or anything, but he kept bothering me and asking me for pizza every time he came around the corner, so I was over it. He's still out there. I didn't want to show him on film because I always feel weird about that, like showing people's faces. But yeah, so he wanted my pizza, and after like the second time, he just kind of stood there, was talking to me. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna go just sit at this park where at least there's people around, so maybe he'll leave me alone and I can eat my pizza in peace. I hadn't seen my friend in so long, so we decided to just get some wine and then call it a night. This week was Valentine's Day week, so it was pretty fun to walk around and see these flower things. I guess that's the hot new thing in New York, is you get these animals made out of flowers or like flower boxes. And then the next morning I got up early and went and got some Dunkin' Donuts. That was the closest thing. And it was really funny because there was a lot of policemen in there too. So you know what they say about coffee and donuts. And then I was walking and I thought I saw an OnlyFans thing, but it was actually only the best. The sun was shining and it was such a beautiful day, so I made my way down to the water in Queens. If you guys are feeling adventurous, I would take the subway over to Vernon Jackson Boulevard, because if you walk over to the park over here, you just get to see all of the skyline and it's so cool. Plus there is the Pepsi Cola sign, which is like so iconic. If you drive in Manhattan, you'll know it. It's a nice little walk too, and then you get to see everybody with their dogs and things, so it's cute over here. It is also food truck city over here, so it's really easy to grab a bite and just enjoy the view. And I love walking around New York. This was a little parade of children. You see them pretty common in this area. And then I also saw some hearts in the tree. I was like, Valentine's Day is officially here. And then it was time to go back into the city and meet up with my other friend. I dragged her out down to Franklin Street to see the new Bean of New York City. I've got a full video right above here. And then I also took her to see some movie sets that were in the area that I've always wanted to see, but I have never gotten around to it. That's something I love about New York. It's kind of like there's stuff almost on every corner, you know? It's crazy. But you wouldn't know it was there unless somebody told you about it. And while I was checking out the Ghostbusters firehouse, they were actually filming a movie right on the same street. So that was pretty cool to see the set up and all the actors and all that fun stuff. I also saw this cool mural of Amanda Lepore. Back in the day, I used to work at a gym that she would go to, so it was really fun to see her face. It was like, oh, memories. Next, it was time to go up to Times Square because they had a special Valentine's Day thing set up. And in New York fashion, the characters were there the minute that I got off the subway asking to take pictures. So after I dodged them, I moved over to the heart of Times Square. This is where all the action is, and this is where the pop-up is. I'll leave a video up above if you want to check out Times Square on Valentine's Day. So this was the Valentine's Day thing that they had set up. Apparently at 1 o'clock, they give you roses to stick in there. They didn't do it when I was there. I guess I was there on the wrong day. So I went over and checked out the M&M store and ran into a model shoot. Then it was time to go check out McSorley's. I love McSorley's. It's like the oldest bar in Manhattan, so I had to go there. And I also had to go get some chicken shawarma from Mamoun's. That's my favorite go-to spot. I'm trying to keep this video as short as I can because I do so much stuff when I'm in New York. So again, I made another video about Astor Place, so I'll leave it right up here. Then it was time to hurry back uptown because I was meeting up with another friend for dinner. Like I said, I cram it all into one place. So we went to the Monkey Bar in Manhattan. It's like one of the oldest restaurants in the city. It was established in 1936. So here's what it looks like inside. They have really cool murals all over the walls. It really has that old school New York feel to it. And the food, guys, is so good. It is expensive. This was definitely a splurge, but it was my birthday week, so I had to go make that wish at somewhere cool. We ran around the city a little bit, saw a carriage, saw some cool murals, and we had a nightcap and just really took the time to catch up. And then we just kept walking around the city exploring, and we found this purse T-Rex. Isn't that funny? And another thing I also love to do while I'm in the city is just kind of walk around and explore open public areas. There's a lot of atriums in New York and little public parks that are just free to just hang out in and relax. So I wanted to reminisce, so I walked around doing that too. Center of New York. 35 and under get $25 tickets.
Not 35 and under.
That's ageist. Then we stumbled upon more of those weird rose box things. They're kind of growing on me, guys. I think I want one next year for Valentine's Day. Time for late night pizza. And then, of course, at this point, it was probably like 2 or 3 in the morning, so we had to get some late night pizza before we called it a night. The next morning, I got up bright and early again because it was time to go visit some more friends back in Queens. Yes, I run all over the city when I'm in Manhattan. My friends live all over the place. And while I've been doing all of my running around, I've been taking video footage of the subways, so I'll make that a separate video and put it up here for you guys once I finish it. And then it was time to get some coffee and have a nice little charcuterie with my friend she made. And then it was time to go back into the city and see some more people. And as I was walking, these like giant bears and different animals are like all over Park Avenue. So I thought that was pretty cool. And even just walking around Manhattan is so much fun. You get to see so much cool architecture in this city. It's the best. Then I had to make another stop at Carty Roll. It was time for lunch, so I picked up a bunch of stuff for me and the friends and made my way over to Bryant Park to meet up with another group of people, of course. And it was really funny because I want to say it was about 60 degrees out this day and the sun was shining, but of course it's the beginning of February, so everything is set up still for ice skating and like a cold kind of Christmassy vibe still, because it should only be like 15 degrees. And then it was back on the subway and there was this cool guy playing harmonica, so I had to show him. And this was like an after lunch drink, so we went down to the Lower East Side. And again, I will give you the full video up above because I'm running out of time, so that video will be right up here. But I love this part of town because there's so much art everywhere and you just get so inspired just being in this neighborhood. So I caught up with my friends over martinis and some wine, and we had a really great time. And then it was time for my last rendezvous. It was officially my last night in the city. So we had a drink over at this little bar over on 1st and 1st Avenue. And then it was time to take the subway home. And just another reminder that it was Valentine's Day weekend. I hope this video goes to show just how much you can get done in a weekend in New York City, and I hope you go to all these places and enjoy yourself because New York City is so cool and there's so many things to do that I couldn't fit it all in one weekend. But check out my other videos for ideas of things to do in New York City and budget travel tips. I'll see you there.